When it comes to life, sometimes we find ourselves in these cycles where we're doing the same things over and over, and we find ourselves having to get pushed in order to do things instead of being pulled toward them. Well, that could be changed if you have a strong why. And so this episode is going to be all about how can you figure out the why in your life. Coming up next. Now, let's get into some good stuff. Let's talk about how you can figure out your why if you don't have one already. Or if you do have a why, maybe some of these questions and things that we're going to go over will help you to develop an even stronger why, so that way you can have even more passion to reach all of your goals and accomplish so much more in life. Now, in order to do this, you're going to really need to set aside some quiet time for yourself. Do me a favor, please turn off your phone, turn off all your alerts, your notifications, let everybody know that you need some quiet time. Sit in a quiet room or find a park bench somewhere where no one can bother you, and really sit and just focus and concentrate and think about what is your why. And these questions that we're about to go over are going to help guide you in that direction, so that way you can actually find out what your true why is. Because just like what happened to me, where I thought my why was just making money. Well, when I really started asking myself some of these hard questions and started thinking about what my true why is, I really got down to the root of my why. So I suggest not only sitting in a quiet place, but I also recommend you bring a notebook with you or a blank piece of paper and a pen. And I strongly recommend that you write the answers to these questions on that piece of paper, because by actually writing them, it's proven that when you write things down, you tend to be more attached to them and more passionate about it. And so I feel for you, if you're able to write these things down on paper, I want you to really find your strongest why. I don't want you to just come up with a why just because. I want you to really get down to the deep root of what is going to get you to your goals. What is going to get you to your fitness goals, to your religious goals, to your financial goals, to your family, your relationship goals. What is going to get you there? And having a strong why is going to help you to accomplish all those things. But you need this quiet time, and writing it down is going to make it seem so much more important to yourself. So let's go ahead and start with a few questions here. What makes you come alive? This is a great one to think about when, say you're at a party, or say you're at work, or maybe a special event, or just out in public. What happens when you feel like you're your best version of yourself? Is there a song playing? Is there somebody special that you're talking to? Is it maybe a certain outfit that you're wearing? Is it something special that you think about? What is that situation that you feel most alive? Because what are your strengths? So this one goes down the road of what are you good at? And of course, if you're good at something, you want to double down on that. Or should I say, you want to 10x that. If you are good at it, you want to put a lot more time and effort into those things, and that way you can truly succeed in those different categories of whether it's business or life or whatever things that you're working on. You want to really double down on those strengths. And if it's things that you're weak at, yeah, of course, we want to get stronger in certain areas. But if you focus on your strengths, then you're really going to be able to get a lot further, and you're going to be able to inspire and motivate yourself more and more. Where do you see yourself adding the greatest value? Now, this could be value to other people. This could be value to other businesses or organizations. Where do you see yourself adding the most value? Are you a good speaker? Are you good at coordinating people? Or are you good at maybe researching things online? What are you good at? Because you can use those good things to add value to other people. And kind of a similar question, can you identify the things that you might be able to do to make somebody else's life better? Because really, our whole goal here is not just to make our life better, but we want to try and help as many other people as we possibly can. Because that's really what this world is all about. It's not what we can get, but it's what we can give. And if you have a special gift, who can you help with that gift? This one I really like. So think back to a time that you were at work or you're working on your business and you totally lost track of time. So you were so involved in what you were doing, and you were so satisfied and happy with what you were doing that you weren't worried about watching the clock. You weren't watching paint dry on the wall. You weren't counting the seconds, but you actually were enjoying what you were doing. And before you knew it, it was the end of the day. And those are the things that if you enjoy doing that much and you're not watching the seconds, that's going to be something that should be part of your why. And that should be something that you're doing every single day. So find something that you can do more of that. This one's a fun one and kind of relates to my story as well, going back to childhood. But think about things that you used to do as a kid. So of course, as we get older, we get so caught up in business and life and hardships and things that happen. But think back to when you were a kid. Think back to all the fun you used to have. Think about your imagination when one day you want to be an astronaut or maybe a fireman or a cop or be part of the military or any other great thing, maybe the president of the United States. So have a child's mind and think about what did you enjoy doing as a kid, and if you can bring that back to today, that would be such a powerful why and be something. This next one's a fun one. What would you be willing to do even if you looked like a fool doing it? You didn't care what anybody else thought, but you still wanted to do that thing and you were happy to do that thing and you had no problem doing it. This one, if you're paying good attention to your surroundings, really observe what other people are asking of you. So maybe you have people that come up and ask you different questions about whether it's real estate or maybe it's sports or maybe it's how to wash your car. Whatever it is, pay attention to those things because they are viewing you as an expert or at least some sort of expert in that field. And that could be something that they notice that you have passion about. And it's an outside looking in kind of thing. And so they can actually help guide you if they are asking you these sorts of questions. That may be a clue that you have a hidden why in there or something that you enjoy doing. But what would you do if you only had 1 year left to live? That's right, the age-old question. You're running out of time, you only have so many months, days, hours, seconds left to live. What would you do? And this is really a very powerful question because when you start limiting time, which is such a valuable resource, you really start thinking about how you want to spend that time and who you want to spend that time with. What are some things that you are not happy just doing the bare basics? What are those things that you are willing, no matter if you get paid or not, you want to go the extra mile? If you're willing to do that without any extra financial or any kind of gain from it, that typically is going to be something that you enjoy doing and something that'll make a good why. For this one, let's pretend that you're in a group and you had the opportunity to teach either one or a group of people. What would you teach them? Because if you're teaching them something, ideally it's going to be something that you're familiar with, something you enjoy, and something you're comfortable sharing with others. For those with a regular job, this next one's going to be really good. What would you do at work even if you didn't get a paycheck? What would you do for free? You get no financial gain, you get nothing from it, you just enjoy doing it. And you would do it for free every single day. Is there ever a time that you get a lot of people that thank you for different things? Maybe you don't really realize what you're doing, but you have a lot of people that tend to say thank you for helping them with this, that, or another. This is a great one. If you had the opportunity to do something that you love, you absolutely love, but you didn't get paid for it, what would you do? That is such a powerful question and that is going to be true happiness because you're doing what you love. So as mentioned before, I hope that you write down all the answers to these questions on a piece of paper and put it somewhere that you can reflect on it regularly. And the next step of this is to take all the answers to these questions and really go in deep thought to find out what is your why. Now, once you're able to get it down to what is your purpose in life, what is your why, I want you to try to turn it into a one-sentence statement that you can tell yourself and that you can also tell other people. And this is something that I call a why statement, which should be very simple and clear. It should also be something that you're able to take action on and something that you're able to contribute to other people's lives as well. I also want you to keep in mind that Your why statement should be something that applies not only in your business life, but it also needs to apply in your personal life as well. Because if these two things don't match, you're gonna have a lot of trouble. And when you have that balance, like talking about having a balanced life, when you have that balance between your personal life and your business life with the same why, heading in the same direction, that's gonna lead to true happiness and true fulfillment. Good luck in discovering your why and your true purpose in life. And just remember that your why does change over time. So whatever you put right now, whatever your why statement comes out to be, don't feel like you're locked into it. But it is good to have at least something to set as a foundation, as a starting point for right now. And so don't waste any more time. Put that why statement together, figure out what is your why, what is your purpose in life, and get started. Hope you enjoyed this video all about finding your why, and don't forget to leave some comments below. I want to hear, as you're going through this process, what did you figure out to be your why? Did you go through these questions? Were you able to back into exactly what your why is? I want to hear about it. So please leave your comments below and tell me your whole story about what is your why, what is your passion, what is your purpose in life. I want to hear about it so I can help support you in everything that you do.